Well, I really opened a can of worms today, dealing with things that are beyond my ability to truly comprehend. We're talking this week about God's perfection and how He only does what is best. He can only do what is best in every circumstance. And a lot more questions than answers in my mind. What did God speak to your heart about today as you were listening to the message?
Well, He spoke to me and left me really confused. As I tried to kind of put into words what He was saying. Got back to this, and this is a couple of verses, so I'll read it quickly. In Romans 1 from verse 20 through to 23. For the invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. In other words, the evidence is all around us that God is God and He exists. Because that when they knew God, they glorified Him not as God. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. So they knew God, the evidence was there, but they chose not to glorify Him and not to be thankful to Him. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of their uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. So the evidence of God is everywhere. I've often said before, I remember having a revelation one day when I was passing a cornfield thinking how intricate that head of corn is. You cannot tell me that came together over trillions and trillions of years of happenstance and chance. That is design. Like you said, God's perfect.
Yeah.
God made the world to please Himself. So it had to be perfect. He said on every day of creation, He saw it and it was good.
Yeah.
Did He make man perfect? I think, and as you said, you're absolutely right. And the way you worded it is perfect. The way you worded it is perfect.
Ironically.
He made man perfect for the situation.
Right.
He could have made more angels to worship Him.
Yeah.
But He chose to make man. And He chose to, and I won't get into election or choice, but He wanted people who would choose to freely worship Him. Would you agree with that?
I do. Yeah.
So man was corruptible, and hence the fall. And God's perfection, even in our arrogance as Christians, we can say, we've worked to come so far to the edge of the chasm between you and us, and now God comes the rest of the way, whereas that's not really what He did. His perfect plan put us in place as we are and gave us His plan to reach out as far as He would come all the way to us. And that's a long statement with a lot of words in it, but the perfection of God's plans, they are so perfect. It just amazes me, no matter how many times I see it, how things just fit together. I mean, we know He sees everything. We know He knows everything. We know He knows everything that's going to happen, etc., etc., etc. But it still amazes me that He has this ability to make things work so perfectly through beings which supposedly have some essence of free will.
Yeah. We don't understand it. We simply have to believe it. I mean, it's one of the things, if not the most important thing. I even mentioned it in my message. Freedom, that's the key to what makes this universe better than all other universes He could have made. And the verse, it is God who works in you both to will and to do of His good pleasure, points ultimately to eternity future and to the judgment, where there's no way that we're going to sit around and admire each other,
right?
And how wise you were and how disciplined you were and how moral you were. We're going to be adoring Him.
Yes.
And so we have to see his role in everything, and yet we have that responsibility. So if we recognize our own imperfections and His great perfection, and we continue to pursue the knowledge of His perfection, we're going to end up in a really good place. I look forward to hearing your message this coming Sunday on the templates that are repeated. Reusable templates. I came up with the title myself and I can't keep it straight. But as a grace group, talk about God's perfection, how He only does what is best, and hope you're here for Anniversary Sunday this coming Sunday. Be praying for Brother Russ as he prepares to preach.
Thank you.
Amen.